Ed, the Treasurer, announced this review in August last year. He just ran us through the results of that today. Plus, he announced the appointment of 2 new RBA board members who will help the bank make monetary policy decisions.
Exactly, Ash. Look, this was a pretty significant announcement today from the Treasurer, already appointing 2 hand-picked people to join the Monetary Policy Board at the RBA to help them really make those monetary policy decisions, because that's been one of the big criticism of the Reserve Bank over the last couple of years, has been almost like a Sermon on the Mount. Is the implication here that Phil Lowe's there within the board meeting and what he says is kind of followed by everyone else. And we're going to see some changes now clearly to the way monetary policy decisions are made. So let's bring up on the screen the 2 people that are being appointed to the board here. We've got here Ian Ross, who's the former president of the Fair Work Commission, got extensive experience in labour markets. And the other person is Ilana Rubin. She's ex-ACTU, former chair of Australian Super and Afterpay, director of Telstra and Slater and Gordon as well. So these are 2 new board members that are going to be added onto the RBA board. One of the key things here that the Treasurer Jim Chalmers said was the current makeup of the Monetary Policy Board is not going to change. The people that are on there at the moment, they're going to stay in those roles until their terms have run out, or they will be, from the 1st of July, they'll be split onto the 2 different boards, because the whole management system of the RBA is clearly going to be changed off the back of this review. There's going to be 2 different boards, one responsible for monetary policy and then a governance board. So there's going to be some pretty big fundamental shake-ups here, Ash, to the way the RBA conducts its policies. One thing that I really like is the fact that there'll only be 8 cash rate decisions a year. So going down from 11 to 8, that gives the RBA more time to analyse the decisions, analyse the impact that the cash rate is having on Australia's economy. Because you think back to this month, the RBA kept the cash rate on hold after raising it 10 consecutive times, and their reasoning for pausing was they wanted to see more of the impact that those rate rises were having on Australian consumer spending and the economy in general. So we're going to see less RBA board meetings and more press conferences as well. So there's going to be a presser after every RBA cash rate decision, and that's something that a lot of people have been pushing for, and it's good to see that in the review too. So overall, we've waited a long time for this review from the Treasurer. It was announced in August last year, and it's been pretty juicy. There's been a lot of additional things that have been added to the board that everyone's been talking about, and I think it's going to result in a much better monetary policy system and Reserve Bank for everybody here in Australia.
And what about the reaction to this? We're going to be hearing from the RBA Governor a bit later, but he has already released a short statement, and that seems to welcome the recommendations we just heard about.
Yeah, look, the Reserve Bank released a short statement about an hour ago. I'll just quickly read it out to you what Governor Lowe wrote in the statement. He basically says, the review panel rightly acknowledged the substantial contribution the bank has made to Australia's economic success and the skills and dedication of the staff. It also acknowledged the RBA is highly regarded and respected in Australia and overseas. The recommended changes will build on that strong foundation and strengthen the bank's governance and decision-making processes. They will help us deal with the complex world in which we operate as we strive to promote the economic welfare of the Australian people. So we'll obviously get to hear from Governor Lowe at midday today, so in about 20 minutes' time. He's going to be hosting his press conference at the Reserve Bank headquarters in Martin Place. Expect a short statement from him to kick things off, and then he's going to throw to the audience for questions. There'll be some people there in person, but I think a lot of people have been encouraged to dial in on the phone. So it'll be an interesting press conference to watch, that's for sure. Potentially, he may talk about his tenure as governor. We just heard Treasurer Jim Chalmers say it's running out in September. The Treasurer has said the middle of this year he's going to start turning his mind to Governor Lowe's position, whether he extends that for another 3 years, which is what's happened in the past with previous governors, or whether Treasurer Jim Chalmers finds someone else to run the Reserve Bank. And the speculation is it could be someone from outside the RBA, or obviously it could be someone promoted from within the RBA. So hopefully we get some guidance from Governor Lowe on all those topics in about 20 minutes' time.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that one. Ed Boyd, thank you for that.